welcome back to Knitting with Metal. Tonight we are continuing, of course, on our Viking knit project here. We're just going to be continuing on it. But for right now, let us say hello to chat. Hello, chat. Say hello to chat. Then let's invite a few people. And then share it with our groups. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully good. Hopefully you all aren't out in this storm. I've got a bit more driving to do, but all right. Excellent. So let us find this live on my other phone. Copy it. And then drag it over to groups. And just letting everyone know, if you want to be in the actual chat, actually hit the link. For some odd reason, when it goes to groups, it starts its own chat. So post. I'm so confused. Why? Interesting. Apparently, some of my groups decided to duplicate. Weird. I'm trying to promote myself, but not in a annoying way. So I try not to spam and duplicate these posts, but apparently some of my groups decided that they wanted to be duplicated. So let us start the timer. And hello and welcome. We are, of course, continuing on our Viking knit chain. This is all one piece, and it's a very simple project. So let us switch the camera so that we have a better view. Hello. And turn on a nice light. Excellent. Alright, so this is, like I said, a fairly easy project. You started out with these little petals up here. You just wrap around a ruler the short way. Just wrap around 6 times to start the pattern. And this is basically the pattern. We ended off on this. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Don't want to zoom in too much because then I have a problem with staying in frame. So we ended with this piece. This is our last loop. So now we just go to the next loop, go behind it, go behind it, kind of have to bend that upwards just to get it around, and then just loop it around, and of course keep it over top of where you came from, and try to untangle any knots or anything that it tries to twist up. Make it nice and even. Now don't tighten it too much, because then I actually started having that problem up here. It's gonna come up soon where it's too tight and it's very hard to get the wire into the next piece that you need. So just remember, not too tight, but just even. It'll all tighten up when we pull it through the wood. And just keep pulling, keep the pattern. This is a very simple project. There's no tools that are needed, other than maybe, pliers. You can do this without any tools. You don't need any torches or anything like that. So it's a very good starting point if you're just starting off doing jewelry. And it makes a very nice wire chain. It's very beautiful. Now, of course, this is the single knit. If you wanted a little bit more, a little bit less negative space, because as you can see, there's a lot of negative space in this. Even once you pull it, you can kind of see through it. Now, if you wanted something a little bit tighter, you could go with the double knit, which is basically, it's the same pattern, but instead of going to the next circle over, you'd go to the next circle over and up. So you'd go to the top one and do all that going down, and that actually makes a much tighter weave. It also uses a lot more material, so just keep that in mind. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully good. I'm kind of driving through a snowstorm, but that's alright. I'm going to be stopping in a few hours. I just wanted to make sure that I got my live out. This week has just been really weird when it comes to my lives. I wanted to do it on Monday, but I ended up not going to work Monday. And I didn't have any of my stuff with me at home, so I would have had to like drive to work through the snowstorm that happened that day. Granted to say, I just did not want to drive through snowstorms to do my lives. But we are doing it today, and it's either going to be tomorrow or more likely Friday, just to give me a little bit of spacer. And we're actually probably going to end up pulling this tonight, so that's going to be exciting, because it's a fairly long bit that I used a long piece of strand. You should use about like 2 foot. I ended up using like 4 foot, or whatever my arm length is. I used that, and this has just been a very long piece of metal that we've been working with here. But I want to finish it. I don't want to like pull it too soon. I want to actually finish with it and pull it all. But this is a pulled design, so basically you have this piece here, which is just the piece that you're working on, and then I have this smaller section. This section I've already pulled through my homemade draw plate. Let's zoom that out a little bit. So you can make your own draw plate if you need to. Obviously it's not a permanent solution, but it works. But yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully y'all doing good. Let me know in the chat. I am watching the live chat. It might be upside down for me, but I'm still watching it. Oh, see, you do not want that to happen. Make sure that you keep an eye on that, because that can just crinkle up a piece of metal, and then you can't use it. Just looks bad. It's fairly cold out here. I don't remember where the GPS said I was. I know that I'm heading towards Illinois. That's all I know. I think I'm still in Ohio right now. I haven't hit that that time zone area where I go back in time. And Warren says, thank you. I learned Viking Net several years ago and haven't tried it again since. I need a refresher course. Yeah, I learned it a while ago as well, and I never actually did it. I did some other pulled chains, but this is it's a hard start. That's the one thing. It's hard to start. I started it 3 times, I think. At least twice. I started it and restarted it, so just to like get familiarized with it. I was also dealing with like production problems where I was using the front-facing camera and it did not look good. It didn't look good at all, actually. It was just terrible. And luckily, I figured out that I can actually flip my camera while I'm doing the live. And that has helped out remarkably with letting you guys see everything that I'm doing. So, thank you for joining, of course. I will try to get to all the group, any group chats from my groups. I know that for some odd reason, unless you click the link, I think, click the link, I think. Unless you click the link, you don't come to the actual chat. You're just in the group chat. Like, you're still watching the same live, but you're in a different chat. So I will try to get to those, but like, I can only go as fast as the notifications let me. But I do really like this this pattern. It's very nice and simple. It's a little tedious, so definitely patience-based, and I could probably go faster, but I feel like that would end up making it so that you guys can't see what I'm doing, and I don't want to do that again. It was already bad enough with the camera problems. But yeah, if you're just joining in, this is, of course, Knitting with Metal. Normally we do chainmail work on here, but lately I've been doing this. And this is a Viking knit pattern. and it's a chain. It's a pulled chain, so once we get to the end of this line here, which we don't have much left, we're gonna pull it, and it's gonna get down in size. This one was a little bit too close, so I just needed to separate it a little bit. Oh, cool. That was just my pliers just flinging off into nowhere. That's cool. I have a nice cool pack on the back of my passenger seat now. It's a like a pocket organizer thing, and I've got my tools on it, and it's really cool. It's actually helped out a lot. I really like it. I don't know why it took so long to friggin' get one, but it is great. But yeah, this is the single knit. The single knit is literally, you're going from the circle that you just made, or the loop that you just made, to the next loop, put it behind it, and then pull it over top of your wire. If it was doing a double knit, it would be the next one over and up. So over and up, that would be a double knit. I would do the same thing, put it behind it, and then pull it through. That makes a much tighter chain. So if that's something that you're looking for, you know, a chain that doesn't have so much negative space, then you should do the double knit. We're doing the single knit just because it's a lot simpler, and it's what I started. Well, these pliers aren't as good as my other pliers at pulling this. There we go. I need to do some tool maintenance. That is for sure. I actually just bought a bunch of supplies that I'm really excited about once those come in. Can't wait to show you guys. Because I've been working with like homemade stuff. And it works. Like, it's one of those things that it works, but it could be better. And I feel like that's gonna up my production value for my jewelry. So that's gonna be good. Still on screen, right? Yeah, okay. Hey, get back in there. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot of new projects happening soon, especially on the jewelry channel. I say the jewelry channel like this isn't on the same channel. See, this is what I mean by re-upping my tools. This is getting really long. But yeah, so I've got that coming in a few days. So that's in the mail already. I know this week we're going to be working on we're going to be doing another forged ring, but it's going to be a double forged ring. I think that's going to come out really cool. I like the forged rings. They're really simple and just really nice to wear, like especially if you're into like geometric shapes. They're very nice. As you can see, there's definitely a easy side and a much harder side. That's just because of the fact that I tried doing tight weave at this point. But that does make it a lot harder. So make sure you keep your circles even. You don't want to overly pull them to make them tighter, because then you're just going to make it harder on yourself. You definitely do not want that. There we go. Don't be afraid to like push some of these aside, like push the metal a little bit. Don't like overly do it, of course. Like don't go back and forth type thing. Because then you're just gonna snap the metal. At least this metal that I'm using. Copper will do that as well. Silver, not so much, unless you get like the hardened stuff. But there are definitely some metals that do not like to be played with like that. So good. I think we're gonna stop it on this one and then fold this back and then start our new all right. So we made this loop here, and I want to start a new section because we only have this much wire. So you're gonna basically, I kind of want to cut it here. You don't have to cut it. I just don't want to keep going to like get it down. And you're gonna fold it back into the piece. So now it's in the middle. And you're just gonna straighten it out. And it's just gonna sit in the middle now. So this is where we ended. And we're actually gonna pull this. So that's pretty exciting. Let's so of course, start off with the largest hole. Actually, I don't think the largest hole on mine really does anything. I think it's too big. Yeah, it's too big. Okay. So just keep going down the holes of the draw plate that you have. Side note, I suggest okay, that one doesn't do much in it either. I suggest getting a metal one and not one of the plastic ones. All right, here we go. And we just pull it. That's all you do is just pull it. Make sure though that you leave a little bit at the end so that you can continue your pattern. You don't want to pull it all the way through. So we're going to pull this back. And you just keep going down the holes. And pulling it like this actually will also lengthen it a bit. All right. Again, you don't want to leave too much open there so you can continue. Hello. But yeah, I would definitely, if you're going to get a draw plate, definitely get a metal one. Don't get a plastic one because, the metals that you're working with, so no matter what metal it is, it will eventually erode your draw plate, especially the plastic ones that I've noticed. And you don't want that. So we're just pulling it up to the end. We don't want to, like I said, we don't want to pull it all the way through until we're absolutely sure that we're finished. Oh, hey, perfect timing. Let's see, can we get it in this one? I wonder if this is too tight. It might be. I think this one's too tight. I think this is the smallest that I can get this right now. But yeah, so now we have this long piece. It is almost long enough, so we're gonna have to do a little bit more. Oh no, did I knock down? I did. I totally knocked down my Allen wrench. I was like, where? But yeah, so basically once you pull it, it turns into a chain. So it moves like a chain, even though it's one single piece of wire. And I think that is the it's just very cool. It's a very cool effect. I like how that does it. So yeah, this one is the one that we ended off with. So I'm going to shortly explain how you start a new section, and then we're going to actually skedoodle. So I'm going to cut a new piece of wire. And try not to make it as long as the last piece, because it's been a while since we've been able to pull it, and that's kind of like the whole thing with it. Is it's a pulled bracelet or necklace. It's a chain, so it's a pulled chain. That's kind of the draw to it. And I think I've only pulled it twice now, so definitely shorter chain. All right. So, to continue a chain, you're gonna go in the same loop that you just made. You're gonna put your now is it this way? I think it's this way. See, I haven't done it in so long that I forgot. And then put this piece down. And then, nope, it's the other way. Okay. It is the other way. See, like I said, we haven't done it in such a long time. So, put it through, going down, and then you're taking your end, the piece that you're going to be continuing, and you just wrap it over. Make sure that it's always going over that piece. And then you just continue your pattern. And of course, I'm continuing my pattern on the tight spot, so bear with me. I'm going to loop that a little bit. And there we go. And then, like always, you just keep pulling it through. And that's how you start on the neck, like if you're if you ended one of your strands, that's how you continue it. You just put on a new strand. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and the bell, so then you get notified whenever I put out a video. I try to do 3 videos a week. These 2 lives, and then my Sunday jewelry episode. Right now, we are going to be almost finished with this, so hopefully you all enjoyed, and were able to follow along if you want to at home. And I hope that you all have a wonderful evening.